welcome to order. Good evening. For those of you who are in attendance physically, we're happy to see you this evening. If you would, please take a moment to check your cell phones to make sure that they are on vibrate or silent. For those of you who are in attendance as well, our standing rule is that we ask people not to wear hats while they're here in the council chamber. However, if it is part of your official uniform, we'll make an exception for that. If it is a Cubs hat, as much as I love the Cubs, that's not part of the official uniform, at least this evening, so we appreciate your understanding with regard to that. With respect to those participating remotely, we welcome you as well. For those participating remotely, members of the public are asked to place their microphone on mute during the meeting with the exception of any public hearing. At the appropriate point in the public hearing, I will invite the public to unmute their microphone for purposes of submitting such comments as they may wish to make, one person at a time. All persons wishing to make public comments will be asked to first state their name and address for the record. After completing the public comment, members of the public will once again be asked to place their microphone on mute, and we thank all of you for your cooperation this evening. At this time, we are going to invite some special guests to come forward. We're honored to have with us this evening Troop 122, one of our local scouting groups. So we're going to ask them to come forward and lead all of us in the Pledge of Allegiance. So as Troop 122 makes their way to the front of the room, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Mr. Hazen?
Here.
Mr. Belovich?
Here.
Mr. Mamalenti?
Here.
Mr. Benicki?
Here.
Mr. Emmons?
Here.
Mrs. DeMade?
Here.
Mr. Compton? Mrs. Volker?
Here.
Mr. Hixenbaugh?
Here. Approval of the minutes of our regular meeting of March 6, 2023. Are there any additions or corrections? Then hearing none, the minutes stand approved as received from the clerk's office. Petitions, communications, remonstrance, and memorial.
Yes, Mr. President, we have a letter from the Board of Zoning Appeals regarding their recommendations from their March 14th meeting. Honorable members, a regular meeting of the Mishawaka Board of Zoning Appeals was held on the above reference date, at which time the following use variance was considered. Appeal number 2023-04, an appeal submitted by Vineyard Church, Inc., requesting a use variance for 702 East 12th Street to allow provide educational, social, and faith support services in the R2 two-family residential district. The board, with a vote of 4-0, recommended approval. Appeal number 2023-06, an appeal submitted by LC Holdings requesting a use variance for 3607 Grape Road to allow microblading as a use inside an existing salon. The board, with a vote of 4-0, recommended approval. This is signed by Krista Hill, Senior Planner. We also have a letter from the City Plan Commission regarding their recommendations from their March 14th meeting. Honorable members, a regular meeting of the Mishawaka Plan Commission was held on the above reference date, at which time the following proposed ordinances were considered. Petition number 2023-04, a petition submitted by 1635 Ironwood LLC, requesting to amend the Northwest 12th and Capital Planned Unit Development to add drive-through restaurant as a permitted use. The Commission, with a vote of 8-0, recommended approval, subject to the attached conditions pursuant to Indiana Code 36-7-4-605. The Mishawaka Plan Commission hereby certifies to the Mishawaka Common Council the attached proposed ordinance regarding the above matter. This is signed by Krista Hill, Senior Planner.
Thank you. This evening, we have no report of any special committee, so we'll move into ordinances on first reading.
Proposed ordinance number 2023-11, an ordinance amending Chapter 137 of the Municipal Code of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana, is from time to time amended, commonly known as the zoning ordinance of 1966 of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana. This is a use variance to allow educational, social, and faith support services in an R2 residential zone property, 702 East 12th Street.
Proposed ordinance 2023-11 will be assigned to the Land Use Planning Committee.
Proposed ordinance number 2023-12, an ordinance concerning the construction of additions and improvements to the sewage works of the City of Mishawaka, the issuance of revenue bonds to provide the cost thereof, the collection, segregation, and distribution of the revenues of said works, the safeguarding of the interests of the owners of said revenue bonds, other matters connected therewith, including the issuance of notes in anticipation of bonds, and repealing ordinances inconsistent herewith.
Proposed ordinance 2023-12 will be assigned to the Public Improvements Committee. And I will also add, for the benefit of the public and those in attendance, that given that this proposed matter could lead to the issuance of some bonds on the part of the City of Mishawaka, in order to provide the council and the public with more information regarding this matter, the council will be conducting a special informational session on this topic on Wednesday, March 29th at 6 p.m. here in the council chambers, and there will be remote viewing capability for that meeting as well. Resolutions.
Resolution R 2023-04, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana, approving a petition of the Mishawaka Board of Zoning Appeals for the property located at 702 East 12th Street.
Thank you. We'll now open the public hearing on proposed resolution 2023-04. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, if you would, please come forward to the podium. Then is there anyone participating remotely who wishes to speak with regard to proposed resolution 2023-04, 702 East 12th Street? Hearing no one, at this time, the chair would entertain a motion to postpone the further public hearing on proposed resolution 2023-04 until our next regularly scheduled council meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion has been made and seconded to postpone further public hearing on proposed resolution 2023-04 due to the non-attendance of the petitioner this evening. Any additional questions or comments from the council? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. President, I think she might be here.
Yes. Without objection, then, we will reopen. Absent, let me ask the question. Is there any objection on the part of a member of the council to reopening the public hearing? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. With that, we will now move into public hearing on proposed resolution 2023-04. Anyone wishing to speak in favor, if you would, please come forward and state your name and address for the record.
My name is Kathy Smarella. I work at the Vineyard Church, which is 16219 Jackson Road in Mishawaka.
Can you tell us a little bit more about this proposal, ma'am?
Yes, we have a community center in the Barbie Creek neighborhood that we've been running for about 2.5 years. That seems to be going well. We have a lot of city support, and this house would be an extension of that. And so we brought it before the zoning appeals board to see if we could get the R2, hopefully I'm saying this right, the R2 zoning status changed to a use variance. We'll plan to use it for social, educational, and religious uses.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the council? Mrs.?
Thank you. Hi, thanks for coming. I'm glad I caught you.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm glad we saw you. I was just curious about the work that you're doing now.
Yes.
It's a clinic, right? A health clinic?
No, it's in Barbie Creek, where the
Right.
Mishawaka Housing Authority, we rent space from them. We rent the
And-
building from them.
So are you doing what you want to do in this house?
We-
In that rented space?
It'll be an extension of it. We've run out of room.
Okay.
And so we have hopes to expand because we can't use our space for more than one thing at a time, and we have opportunity to do other things that we think are helpful.
Can you tell us how many people you're serving right now and what you think you'll be able to do with the expansion?
Yeah, we serve about, weekly, about 100 people in that community. And we hope, the house isn't very big, and so our hope is to use it for smaller groups, 15 or so people, something like that, for smaller group meetings and mentorships and that kind of thing.
And it's primarily religious activity?
Religious, and we help with education, and we provide food and things like that. We partnered with HealthLink and with Goodwill, Excel program and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Other questions? Mr. Emmons?
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
You said it's that property at 702 East 12th Street. That was a residential
Yes,
development, correct?
correct.
Okay. Is there person or people that lived in that house, they sold it to you or to the church?
There was a gentleman who owned it and he rented it out. And so he contacted us to ask us if we wanted to purchase the house.
Okay. Yeah, have you talked to the other neighbors about that many cars being there and obstructing parking?
We have talked to the city about potential parking possibilities over there.
Yeah, but did you talk to the neighbors about what you want to do? Are they all in favor of what you're doing?
The neighbors, the ones who come to our community center, yes, we have shared that with them.
No, I'm not talking about neighbors that would come. I'm talking about neighbors that live next to this house.
I believe letters were sent out to approximately, I don't know the number.
Okay, what I'm asking, you're kind of evading the question.
I'm not trying to.
Have people actually come and ask whether what you're doing, if they're in favor of it, if they're not in favor of it? Have you had anybody do that, of the neighbors?
Just the ones that we know in Barbie Creek, not like the next door neighbor.
Okay, and is anybody objecting to 15, 20 cars coming there?
Oh,
parking?
there won't be that many cars. Everyone from the neighborhood that comes walks.
Okay.
It's a walking neighborhood. The only cars would be our volunteers, which would just be 2 or 3.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't understand.
Thank you. Mr. Belovich?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I presume there will probably be no one residing in the
There
home?
will not be, no.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions? Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else physically present who wishes to speak in favor of the proposed resolution? If so, please come forward. Then is there anyone participating remotely who wishes to speak in favor? Is there anyone present this evening who wishes to speak in opposition? Please come forward. And is there anyone participating remotely who wishes to speak in opposition? Thank you. Are there any council members who wish to speak? Mrs. Volker.
Thank you. I just wanted to commend Vineyard Church for your commitment to the community and for the work that you've done over the last couple of years. And, you know, we look forward to hearing how it goes, you know, as you expand the services to the community.
Thank you. Other questions or comments? And hearing none, I will call for the question.
Question.
Madam Clerk, would you please poll the council?
Mr. Hazen?
Yes.
Mr. Belovich?
Yes.
Mr. Mamalenti?
Yes.
Mr. Benicki?
Yes.
Mr. Emmons?
Yes.
Mrs. DeMade?
Yes.
Mrs. Volker?
Yes.
Mr. Hixenbaugh?
Yes.
The resolution passes 8-0. Resolution 2023-05, a resolution of the Common Council of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana, approving a petition of the Mishawaka Board of Zoning Appeals for the property located at 3607 Grape Road. This is a use variance to allow microblading inside an existing salon.
Thank you. We will now open the public hearing on proposed resolution 2023-05. Anyone who wishes to speak in favor, if you would, please come forward to the podium and begin by stating your name and address for the record.
Hi.
Ladies, good evening. If we could do it one at a time, that would probably be best.
My name is Monica. I'm the permanent makeup artist that wanted to move into the salon. And we're just hoping to get your approval so that I can do that. Do you guys know what permanent makeup is? We heard from the last council that you guys have gotten a lot of these requests before.
That is accurate information. We hear a lot
Yes.
more about microblading than I've ever heard about before in my life. But if you could, just for the formalities, could you state your address for the record as well? Last name and address.
My name is Monica Legg. The address of the salon is 3607 Grape Road in Mishawaka, Indiana.
Fantastic, thank you. Hold on. Any questions from the council for Monica? Mr. Benicki?
Thank you. Monica, how long has that business been in business at this location?
This is Christina. She's one of the owners.
Okay.
How long
Hi,
have you guys?
I'm Christina Clark. We opened early December, so December 12th to be exact.
Okay. Because I own a business across the street, so
Oh,
I've
okay.
just
neighbor.
noticed, I just noticed that was new, so. And so now that you moved in there in December, did you come from somewhere else, or is
Yes.
this a new start?
We came from, so my business partner and I, she was at the last meeting. We both came from Sola Studios up in Granger, and we opened this in December.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me ask if there are any additional questions for Monica, and then we'll inquire whether there are any additional questions for Christina as well. Nothing else for Monica? Any questions for Christina then? Well, since he's right across the street, try to entice Mr. Benicki
Can't
to
stop
have
in
some
and say hello,
microblading done
yeah.
at the earliest
You're gonna
opportunity.
have.
Get your hair and eyebrows done.
Yeah,
Thank you, ladies.
thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the proposed resolution? If you would, please come forward. Then is there anyone participating remotely who wishes to speak in favor? Is there anyone present with us this evening who wishes to speak in opposition? Please come forward. And is there anyone participating remotely who wishes to speak in opposition? Are there any council members who wish to speak? Mrs. Volker?
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you. Other questions or comments from the council? I will just add, thank you for being here. We appreciate the information and good luck with your new venture. As we've discussed in the past, in the press of other business that we have to deal with, in light of the frequency in which we have heard these type of requests, when we have an opportunity to comprehensively look at our zoning ordinances, I think it makes sense to try to incorporate this within zoning itself so that what has never, in my opinion, been a controversial matter can be a recognized use without the special use variance process. But we have a lot of things that we're working on, so hang tight. We'll get to it when we can. But with that, are there any other questions or comments from the council? If not, then I will call for the question. Madam Clerk, would you please poll the council?
Mr. Hazen?
Yes.
Mr. Belovich?
Yes.
Mr. Mamalenti?
Yes.
Mr. Benicki?
Yes.
Mr. Emmons?
Yes.
Mrs. DeMade?
Yes.
Mrs. Volker?
Yes.
Mr. Hixenbaugh?
Yes.
Resolution passes 8-0.
Ordinances on second reading.
Proposed ordinance number 2023-10, an ordinance of the Common Council of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana, amending Title III, Chapter 34 of the Municipal Code. This is amending the Municipal Code personnel policies, call to active military duty.
Thank you. Based upon a meeting that Mr. Belovich and I participated in this afternoon with members of the administration, by agreement of all involved, at this time the chair would entertain a motion to postpone indefinitely second reading and public hearing on proposed ordinance 2023-10 in order to allow some further review of the ordinance to take place and then to add it to the agenda at a subsequent meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. A motion has been made and seconded to postpone indefinitely second reading of public hearing on proposed ordinance 2023-10 to be rescheduled at a later date. Any additional questions or comments from the council? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The matter will be postponed indefinitely. And with that, we will move into privilege of the floor. At this time, members of the public are invited to the podium to speak with respect to non-agenda items only under privilege of the floor.
My name's Brett McNeil. I live at 2121 Wynn Place. This is my first ever city council meeting. Nice to see you all. I guess I'll note that the mayor isn't here, and it looks like the police chief, I don't know if he normally comes or what, but I'm here about Joe Wood. And I guess I just want to share a couple of thoughts with you all, because you represent us. I saw recently that one of the local TV stations says that this issue is now under administrative review, and I just want to share my concern about that as a citizen. You know, the people that would be responsible for that administrative review had 5 months to take this up before embarrassing news broke about it. So I would strongly encourage this body to contemplate asking that a third party, the Indiana State Police or somebody else, not lawyers that you hire, but a credible outside agency or authority, investigate this. Because I think it's really important that whatever happens here passes a smell test publicly. There are, well, I don't want to get into, I guess, rumors about whether the whistleblower was retaliated against, but that hovers over this, especially anything that's done internally. So I really think if I were sitting in your seats, I would really want other eyes on this. And I would want whatever happens here to be as above board as possible. The other thing I want to say about what this episode suggests from the outside is that there are problems, or there's suggestions of problems inside the leadership of the police department. I'm troubled that the mayor isn't here. My understanding is he's here normally. Maybe there's some exigent circumstance. But you all are actively negotiating with the FOP, right? You are short-staffed. South Bend just is at full complement. You're offering signing bonuses and whatnot to get the police department up to speed here, right? To full complement. Under these circumstances, what qualified applicant would be interested in taking a job here? And that's a real concern of mine. I've lived here now 4 years. We moved here from Illinois. We're here to stay, and I share this question with you in good faith. But if you're looking to recruit the best, I think you have to answer this question in a way that satisfies not just people like me, but the candidates that you want representing you and the police department on the streets of Mishawaka. That's it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. To respond briefly, I will state for the record that Mr. McNeil is right. It's not uncommon for the mayor to attend these meetings, but it also is not uncommon for both the mayor and the police chief, as their duties and responsibilities otherwise call for them not to be here. So in fairness, I just wanted to say that. I certainly can appreciate the concerns. I sense that everybody on the council can appreciate the concerns, but I'll go on record as saying that I do have faith in our police department, and I have faith in their ability to be able to look at issues in an even-handed manner. So while I appreciate the concerns, I wanted that to be of record as well. But thank you for your comments and your attendance here this evening, sir. Is there anyone else wishing to speak under privilege of the floor? Then is there anyone else participating remotely who wishes to speak under privilege of the floor? Thank you. With that, we'll move into unfinished business, of which there is none. New business. One item of new business is the need on the part of the council due to some scheduling conflicts to reschedule our meeting that is currently scheduled for April 10th, 2023, to a date where the maximum number of council people can participate. And a suggestion has been made that a better date would be Monday, April 24th, 2023, which would then make our meeting schedule in April, Monday, April 17th, and Monday, April 24th. So at this point in time, the chair would entertain a motion to reschedule our meeting currently scheduled for April 10th, 2023, until Monday, April 24th, 2023, at 7 PM, again, here in the council chambers.
So moved.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded to postpone, or reschedule rather, our meeting currently scheduled for Monday, April 10th, 2023, until Monday, April 24th, making our meeting dates in April, Monday, April 17th, and Monday, April 24th. Any additional questions or comments from the council? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The meeting will be rescheduled until Monday, April 24th. Is there any other new business to come before the council? I will add, since we won't be meeting between now and then, the West End Neighborhood Watch will be once again conducting their meeting here at City Hall. That will be on April 5th, 2023, at 7 PM in the Mayor's Youth Council area. So we look forward to that meeting. As I understand it, their scheduled speaker is one or two representatives from code enforcement, but they will fill in the blank as they solidify their schedule. Anything else for the good of the cause? Thank you. Then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
So moved.
We are adjourned. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Yep.